Previously on The Truth About Trauma Cat.
Somebody stole my identity. I think the internet was onto something.
Yeah, like it's pretty obvious that the bass player in Trauma Cat is just a deepfake of this guy. Pretty based.
It's you.
It is me.
No, you don't understand. It's you. Oh my God.
That's the jingle bell. That's the jingle bell. That's the jingle bell. That's the jingle bell.
I typically start my day with some breathing exercises using a Taoist technique for sexual energy cultivation. Then I make a beverage with stone ground cacao and cayenne pepper, all organic of course. I spend usually an hour in meditation centered around tulpa cultivation. I first consciously came across the concept of tulpas during a ceremony at Burning Man, in which my thought clan and I performed a ritual to find our spirit animal guides. Interestingly enough, it was an imaginary cat. I named him Yanni, after Yanni. He passed on in a celestial explosion. It's quite amazing with the correct blend of LSD and ketamine, one can really hone in on exactly what type of tulpa they wish to bring into existence. You see, I'm what is known as a Tulpamancer. That means I've got more than one tulpa. Naturally, that would be the case. I attract excess. I have a lot going on in my life.
What do you do for work?
I'm an entrepreneur. I run a small pharmaceutical startup. I'm grateful to have really made a mark on my community as a business person. I feel one with commerce. Well, excuse me, I need to take this. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, we can do today. Okay. It's lovely when you think about it. I provide people with a product that in turn provides them with serenity and calm. I'm selling calm. It's the daily grind, as they say, in more ways than one.
So it looks as if you had your identity stolen by Trauma Cat. Any comment?
Well, my identity wasn't stolen. I've spent years cultivating the spiritual practice of Tulpamancy in hopes that one day these spiritual beings would manifest into physical reality. So honestly, I'm thrilled, and I hope to one day meet my tulpa. It's clear that one of these beings, the one who calls himself Ralph Kojig, bears my external physical likeness, but in my audit of Trauma Cat's collective aura, it is my belief that all three of these thought forms are inextricably mine, or of me. In a layperson's terms, I have intuited a high probability that this is the universe extending a paw, as it were, and beckoning me in. As a transcendental perspectivist, I don't really entertain objectivity, nor do I subscribe to this idea of any one truth. There is likely a transcendental truth, but I'll only come to realize that once I've been properly acquainted with my tulpas. And until then, the only truth I know is my perception and you yours. All is nothing, and even nothingness has consciousness. It's a beautiful thing. I've listened to the music, and it's a bit college radio for my taste, but the genre is no matter. The idea that my spiritual companions have conjured sonics independent of my immediate influence is a testament to the power of the other and of art and of my calling as once again a Tulpamancer. I can't play guitar, no, but I can make it sing in a sort of tactical way that is removed from the more traditional study of the instrument.
Do you realize you've been inconsistent with the plural form of tulpa this whole time? You've been saying tulpa and tulpas. The singular and the plural are one and the same.
I think I know my plural.
Oh my God, you don't even know what tulpa are. You act like you're so familiar with it, you have no idea what you're talking about.
They're prevalent in the filmography of David Lynch.
Oh, really? You think I don't know Lynch? I know Lynch. That's neither here nor there. What's important is this. This is a deep fake. We're being deep faked. It's not a tulpa, it's a deep fake.
Well, isn't a deepfake just a digital tulpa?
Oh my God. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't want to do this anymore. We got this guy involved now?
I just want to make one thing clear. Whatever it is, TraumaCat is not okay. First, before I answer any of your questions, I just wanted all of us here in this space right now to understand that we have been socialized and conditioned to laugh at TraumaCat. I want to state for the record that it's incredibly dangerous to react so flippantly to what's clearly a malicious movement and intent on deconstructing everything, and that I and other prominent figures have worked so tirelessly to deconstruct.
So what do you mean by
Deconstruct, exactly.
What do you mean by deconstruct? Hey.
Well, it's critical analysis, right? Folks in my communities, to be clear, to use the term destroy is a violent truth claim. When we're doing this work, we're rejecting Western traditions of inquiry in favor of a sort post-structuralist, extremely equitable, extremely intersectional, and just really heckin' awesome form of critique, which believes in a future that empowers the macro and micro oppressed to become the final class of oppressor. Full transparency, I have dreams about curb stomping second wave and first wave feminists. And this whole idea of cancel culture, like, oh my gosh, ladies, give it a rest. It doesn't exist and it never has. We have to wipe that whole idea from the collective consciousness and deplatform everyone. You folks actually have done a lovely job distilling our work down into some really digestible online content that I know is super easy for poor people to access and comprehend. So really, you're seen for that.
What's your background?
What's your background? Thank you for the compliment, by the way, of my news.
Let's see. A bachelor's in liberal arts with a focus on multicultural studies and a minor in psychology. My work was just a survey of all non-white cultures and how they think. 2 master's degrees, one in critical media studies and the other in library studies. I actually have an associate's degree in visual arts with a concentration in stained glass. I come from a long line of working class academics. I'm the only child, but I have many beautiful siblings in spirit. These days, I identify mostly as an activist, empath, businesswoman, content creator, dog mom.
You're also, if I might point out, the most famous anti-TraumaCat presence on the internet.
Yes, I am the most famous anti-TraumaCat presence on the internet. Of course, it's a burden, but one I bear with pride. TraumaCat has bothered me from day one, though, and the absolutely disgusting response from the crypto-fascist bro messaging board community. I mean, calling that ludicrous content trauma dumps is not only incredibly insensitive, but it's trauma appropriation, which is a literal form of violence. It initially started, as many influencers do, or as they do, by making cute but informative videos about social issues. Hi, welcome to my protest. TraumaCat gives trauma, all right? I did a series of TraumaCat takedown infographics, and when those got some traction, it was clear that the demand for visual content would be inevitable. Humble brag, I'm a really good designer. Real trauma can be physical, but it's mostly emotional, and it runs from the gamut of the effects of sexual assault to bullying to just being told you're wrong. The Trauma Cat videos went viral really quickly. I felt a little gross about turning my activism into a job, but it was really my only prospect at the time when I needed to pay for at least half of my own rent. I'm doing really well for myself.
Oh, can you tell us about your company?
Yeah, sick.
S for S is a 501c3 dedicated to providing emotional resources to folks who feel they've been traumatized or victimized by the Trauma Cat enterprise. We advocate for Trauma Cat's banning on all social media platforms.
What is it? What does S for S stand for?
Yeah, well, S for S means sorry for sorry. We're deeply committed to educating the Trauma Cats itself and knowing own followers on the harm they've caused as a brand in the toxic online community. As an entity. We're currently piloting a series of corporate trauma.
He comes from a corner of my life that should not be represented in any professional endeavor. There was never an intent for him to get involved in this.
I need Trauma Cat to apologize.
Hey, they've been apologizing the whole time.
Well, yes, but they can't get ahead of it like that. Ideologically, they're very confusing, and not to mention the elephant in the room. That their only black member is always masked and never
Based
speaks.
upon my research, the drummer, the masked member of whom you speak, is actually...
We think he's in charge.
Well, maybe that's the case, but if it is, it's still not clear to me, and I find it deeply troubling as a social scientist who has extensively studied communities of color. With Trauma Cat, I'm sorry, I need a binary. They need to be clear about their objectives, and they need to make me understand what it is that they're doing.
How do you not
They cannot
understand
appropriate
that you've been
my
tampered? Does that
trauma,
not
and they can
bother
also
you?
not appropriate my vocation of creating aesthetically striking
Put a
content
mirror right in
for
front of you,
clout.
but we are in the middle of an interview.
You sell me my weed, and that's all you do. I come to you for ganja, and ganja only. So we need to cut. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Trey.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Trey.
Hey, yeah.
Let's get the hell out of here. Thanks. Cool.
I liked her a lot.
You derailed me.
We need to find the third member now.
Third victim.
You guys got a fucking film crew?
Yeah. Listen, this isn't a free press
That was
situation.
cool.
Did you get that on film now?
I think so.
Did
Yeah,
we?
dude. Yo, send me that footage.
We're
please.
shooting it down.
What's your
My name's
name?
Makai, man. Just send me that
Makai.
footage. Thanks.
Great.
Another freak. Awesome.
That was cool.